Rebecca.
And Keith from Dorothy Malone, and together we are
The Pretty Girl Influence.
Today, our special guest co-host is stomping the yard and slaying the stage, Miss Tatiana Presley with Aziza Peace. Welcome to the show, Tatiana.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So, we got a lot to talk about today, from Diddy and our TikTok interview. So stay tuned for some cool information. And we also got something for the teens pursuing their dreams. But, as always, we got to break it down with a memory verse from the good book, break it down for Gen Z and the hip hop community. So, all right, Keem, what's up today?
The beast made everyone, no matter their status or position, get a mark on their right hand or forehead. And no one could buy or sell anything unless they had that mark, the name of the beast, or the number representing its name. It was like a requirement. Here's the deal, guys. If you're smart enough, you got to calculate the number of the beast. It's a human number, specifically 666. That comes from Revelations 13:16 through 18.
All right, so for those of y'all who don't know, the significance of 666 is a lot deeper than just the what we see in horror movies. It actually is calculable. So if you study the periodic table of elements, you know that carbon is composed of 6 neurons, 6 electrons, and 6 protons, and all living organisms are made of carbon. So essentially, the number 666 is when you worship the flesh too much, when you worship the worldly desires too much without the presence of Christ in your life. So it's pretty much just giving way too much attention to the beast and serving the flesh. Mm-hmm. And speaking of 666,
girl, we making it a rule now. According, to the streets of wherever we get this stuff from, women are using the TikTok streets. I don't know. We are using the 666 dating rule to find the perfect man. But is it hurting their chance of finding love? Mm. So people are just discovering what dating profiles with 666 mean. No, it's not satanic, but it could lead you to an devilishly eligible bachelor. The 666 rule refers to men who are 6 feet tall, got a 6-pack abs, and 6 figures. Some women claim to use the rule to find men who fit the bill and help narrow down the seemingly never-ending lineup of potential matches on day naps. What's wrong with that?
It actually is funny because everybody should have standards, of course. I'm not negating that. Everybody should have standards, but that goes hand in hand. Like the whole 666 rule, it goes hand in hand with the worldly desires, with pleasing the flesh, all that, because you're focused on very materialistic things. Now, with that being said, I feel like the 6-pack, I go to a gym. I like going to a gym. Not everybody has to have a 6-pack, but it does show that you're putting in work.
Yeah,
I will give you that.
Taking care of yourself.
Yeah, you're taking care of yourself. Nobody can do anything about their height. You're stuck with it. You're stuck with it. So I feel like especially with the whole 6 feet tall, you have to be 6 feet tall to date me, at least 6 feet.
Let's just take it as you gotta be taller than me.
Hey, but we love our short kings.
Yeah, we're trying to reach everybody. We're making it sweeter for you. Okay, so you gotta be taller than me. Maybe that's what they saying. Go ahead. What's the last one?
Yeah, but also, and then going into the 6 figures. Mm-hmm. First of all, that is a very small majority that's a very small group of people, like in this society, to have a 6-figure job at least, and then being able to keep that with all the bills, all the things that we have to pay for in this day and age. Like it's honestly wild. But there is nothing wrong with having standards, but when are your standards too high in a materialistic sense? I don't know. Tatiana, what do you think?
I think it's really just depending on the female. Some female standards I feel like it's way too high, but some females don't like their men taller. Some females, and this is kind of personal to me. I don't really like a skinny, man. I like my man to have a little meat on them. So,
right.
So,
right. We want to eat.
Yeah, the 6-pack and all that. Yeah, I don't really need to see all that to be in love.
For sure.
But yeah, it's definitely depending on the female.
Yeah. What the song says, it's all about the inside. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
However, at the Caucus, honey, I know there's a couple of 666 men out there. Let's talk about it. We did the TikTok interview, Meta Experience, and Amazon. Oh, and Disney.
Yeah, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But, oh my gosh. So, for those of y'all who don't follow us on social media, which honestly, I don't know why you're not. Follow us on social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Pretty Girl Influence. But anyways, let's get into it. So we got the chance to meet a TikTok representative, and we were able to do an interview with him. That was such a great experience. Honestly, the whole Congressional Black Caucus was such a great experience. We met so many great people and had such great conversations. But just so y'all know, TikTok ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, we had to keep it real and ask the question. Is it should we stay or should we go?
Yes.
What about that Meta Experience? What about that Meta Experience? Because she got to actually interact with like a new version of the Oculus.
Yeah.
It had 3 circles instead of 2. Girl, I had to ask all the questions because he said that you can still see the person.
Yep.
While playing the game.
Yeah, I was able to see everything around me, but it was like the game was real life. It was like I had these little aliens coming out of nowhere, breaking through the ceiling. It was crazy. A crazy experience.
When I hear stuff like that, I just think about like if things are like this now, what is it going to be in like 2035? Like what? Like
I said, look at the future. Because he said you can also like do your like apps and stuff on there. It's like he had told me about it using it for school. Like you actually be sitting in your room, but it'll look like a classroom, and your teacher's there to do this, that, and the third, and y'all like in a virtual world, right? And I said, oh my gosh.
That's
the future right there.
Yeah, no, I actually have seen people talk. I think it was like a year or two ago, people were talking about how specifically people going into the medical field, how they can perform surgeries, like practice surgeries through the Oculus, through the metaverse. And that,
I think that would definitely help because I was in the medical field. I still am. But I remember when I took my CNA class, and actually like doing the book work and stuff, and actually after the book work we have to go to like clinicals, and it was just so different. I'm like, if it was a way that I could like practice this without actually practicing on a human, like I feel like I could understand it way better.
Right. And I can understand it being used for that sense. Yeah. But for the sense of non-human contact when we're trying to start a COVID part 2.
Exactly.
No, thank you. Okay, we just now trying to get it together. Okay. Speaking of, because listen, during COVID, I was supposed to be on a cruise, and because I couldn't go on that cruise, I was like, we got to take a picture with the cruise background for this Disney photo op, because I'm supposed to be there this year. But Dreamers Academy. Let's talk about it. Sounds so much fun. You have to apply by October 31st, okay? Each spring, 100 exceptional young people arrive at the Disney Dreamers Academy with ambition, excitement, and hopes for the future. 4 days later, they return home with the motivation, guidance, and skills to help make those dreams come true. They get mentors, participate in career workshops, develop networking skills. Everything is paid for. Airfare, hotel, and theme park passes. Don't worry, the expenses are covered for a parent or guardian to go to. So if you are a high school student 13 through 19 years old, complete the application by October 31st for the 2025 class. Go to DisneyDreamersAcademy.com to apply and follow us at Pretty Girl Influence. We'll post a link and share all the information on our social media pages. Tatiana, you work with the children.
I do.
Tell us about it. Tell us about you. Tell us what you do.
Yeah, so I work for a nonprofit organization called Aziza Peace. We primarily focus on females and people who are part of the LGBTQ plus community. Mm-hmm. We're just basically getting them to, we're inspiring them to be their best selves, mentally, physically, emotionally, culturally. Like, we provide an after school program. We work with kids during the summer. We provide tutors. We provide therapists. Like, we do conferences where we take these kids to 5-star hotels, and it's no pay.
Let them see the light. Come on now.
Exactly, 5-star hotels, and these are kids that I look at as me being a kid born and raised in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. We don't see a lot. Mm-hmm. We don't see a lot. It's not a lot out here for us to see, especially in this city. But Aziza Peace give them the opportunity to see things from a different standpoint, not just looking at the things that you might see in your neighborhood, your surroundings, your block, your corner stores, stuff like that. But we also have a fundraising fashion show, an annual fundraising fashion show called Strut that happens in March of every year.
That's my mom.
Yes. But this fashion show definitely open the eyes of the kids, Mm-hmm. So just picture a stage being built for you to walk on, designers being flown out, or some mm-hmm. designers that's actually, from Baltimore. You're wearing their $100 clothes and you're walking on this runway, and you have your family members and your friends out in the crowd. You got your makeup done, you got your hair done, and all this is for free. Mm-hmm. But it makes the kids look at themselves as like, this is,
this is where I want to be.
Yeah,
this is what I want to see.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So
I actually went to one of the fashion shows, and it was a whole production, honey.
It's like
do not play. They did not come to play with you.
Nah.
I can't say what I want to say. But yes.
So like being in Aziza Peace, I started in 2017, and I started as a kid just in Aziza Peace. Mm-hmm. Now I actually work for them. I think it just speaks value at the fact that I enjoy Aziza Peace as they were helping me grow. And now that I'm a grown adult, I have my own kid, I still enjoy them while working for them. Like, it's all around just, we're trying to be the Chick-fil-A of youth programs.
Okay.
So,
I love that.
And that's the, that right there.
Yeah.
I don't even want to continue on, because that right there, because I was just talking about that the other day. But on the negative note, because when you hear this name, spirits, just spirits. How do we even go to him from that? Come on now. But Trump.
Like a big sigh.
Sitting here talking about at the debate about eating cats and dogs. What?
First of all, that debate, for those of y'all who are into politics, y'all saw the debate. For those of y'all who aren't into politics, y'all saw the debate.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Like, it was, oh my God. It was such a mess. And like, honestly, I feel like, now granted, everybody in the public eye, they put on a show for the public, but honestly, I feel like politics are just turning into one big show, a clown show with that.
Definitely.
But yeah, so in the presidential debate, what was it, a week ago, a few days ago? I don't know. I feel like I've been in this every single day since then. So Trump had made a comment about the Haitian community in Springfield, Ohio, eating cats and dogs. That, first of all, I don't even know how that got thrown into the presidential debate. Those comments are not creating a safe environment for the Haitian community, let alone the Black community entirely, because if a lot of people cannot differentiate between skin color and ethnicity. So that's opening up a whole door. And now there are... oh God, this is a lot, y'all. So the comments that were made online, we have to be very mindful of the things that we say, because there are some crazy people out here. There are some really crazy people out here, and you can say one thing and they'll, okay, let's burn it down. Let's
reverse it.
Yeah. So since then, there are schools, hospitals getting shut down because of bomb threats, shooting threats, because of these comments that are getting made, and they're like, and now communities are coming in, hate. What's the hate groups? Hate groups are coming in. There have been reports about groups like the Proud Boys coming in to attack the Haitian community in Springfield. And that is like, people need to be mindful of their words, because that is literally how genocides start. Yeah, that is how genocides start. People feel very strongly about comments that are being made, and they're like, okay, well, I believe what's being said, so let's do something about it. Let's take matters into our own hands. It's yeah.
Well, that's what the people that used to be behind Diddy is doing. People are coming forward. CEOs are dropping like flies. Oh, you say it's too much over there in the politics, it's too much over here in the entertainment industry too. It's just too bad. Let's talk about these music execs though, because I do not want to shine the light on the monstrosity of Diddy, and it's just, at the end of the day, it just sounds like he's going down, 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 down. We all know the gist. After Cassie came out with her testimony, Dawn recently came out with her testimony. What's the one that's been talking from Danny D. Kane? Is it Aubrey?
I've lost count.
I think it's Aubrey.
Too many.
Right. Then she been talking, and then nobody ever wanted to believe her. But they now coming out with trailers of compilations of everybody going to these parties. Parties. And you got... What's it, Faison Love? He came out and commented on the parties. Boosie commented on the parties. They all feel like, since when was it a crime to, have a time? Right. And I think it's more so the type of time that you're trying to have. Yeah. And whether it was consensual or not, pretty much. But the music execs, that's what I want to focus on. You got several top music execs. They resigned from top positions like Warner Music, Sony, Kazuyuki Kobayashi from Warner Music Japan, Randy Goodman, CEO Sony Nashville, Kevin Liles of Warner Music Group, and 300 Entertainment dropping out from the music industry. Do they got something to hide? Do they not want to be exposed because they see how Diddy's being exposed? Mind you, I feel like Diddy, that man really wanted to let people know that he was on top of the world. Yeah. He didn't go into hiding. I watch a lot of, crime shows, and even kingpins know to go into hiding. He just thought he was the number one man.
Yeah. It's almost like he thought that he wasn't going to get caught. Like he wasn't going to get
caught.
Yeah. Yes. No. One thing about this world, nobody is untouchable. Yeah. Nobody.
No matter how
it's
long it takes.
It's only but so much you can do before somebody breaks, honey.
Exactly.
My gosh. And then with people... No, go ahead. I'm sorry, because I can go on and on.
Okay, I just think like people like Diddy and, these big stars that everyone see or whatever. I think it's just a example of giving the wrong people power. Like they wouldn't have the power without the fan base and the brand deals and stuff like that. So when you mix power with people who's not right mentally or people who don't have the right mental capacity to handle it, this is, you get people like Diddy.
Exactly.
Use his power for the wrong things.
And what's so funny, I just watched a cartoon called The Monkey King. Check it out. Yes, it's a cartoon about this monkey who grew up by himself. Everybody said you'll be nothing in the world, so he had to prove it to people that he was going to be something. And he took that power and
ran with
he wanted to rule the gods.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He said, y'all can't even be gods no more. I'm God.
Exactly.
And that's what type of time Diddy was on. However, with all these CEOs dropping out like this, do y'all think that the real talent can now rise up more than we've already risen? Because underground artists have been out the woodworks coming out with that good, like, the songwriters are coming out of woodwork. I just went down the rabbit hole of J-Lo. Like, what do y'all think?
I think this is a good opportunity for them to shine.
Yes.
Definitely. But then again, it's all how they gonna take it. Because when they start getting that power and they start getting that fan base, it's how you take it and run with it. Are you gonna be another Diddy, or are you gonna do something positive?
It's gonna be hard to hide that the way that TikTok has been moving with exposing people. Like we've all kind of like seen it when it comes to Ice Spice personality, but when we started seeing the clips roll back, because I just seen a clip of her throwing a package like it was nothing from a fan, and her facial expressions wasn't given friendly. So yeah, the exposure is real. Kat said it best. And let's keep it going with the exposure, because this is the year of exposing Ellen DeGeneres. She's been exposed.
Wait, what Ellen? Oh no,
man, Ellen was. People were coming after her about 2 years ago in 2022. But also, okay, so for those of y'all who don't know, the Ellen show has not been a thing for the past 2 years. Ellen show has been canceled. So a lot of people started to pick up on her racism and just overall hatred toward I don't want to say like hatred towards people, but just unwelcoming behaviors,
stuff behind the camera,
and just like flat, even in front of the camera too. Like I feel like we take a lot of stuff as like, oh, like it's a joke, it's a joke, but there have been so many actors and even just like regular people that like stepped into a little bit of fame that like she'll just bully people on her show. Like it's been a thing. And there's one specific actress that I remember seeing. I can't remember her name, but she had said like multiple times on her show, like she would get invited back on and she would Ellen would do something to like bully her, and she would be like, this is the type of behavior that I don't like. This is why I'm kind of iffy about coming back onto your show. So more and more of this behavior started to get exposed, and I guess even in front of the camera and behind the cameras, she would do a lot of hateful stuff. So people said, all right, Ellen's canceled. Also during 2020 on, it's been a lot of exposing clip.
And then when the next person get exposed and you're connected to it or got some type of ties to it, more.
Yep. But Ellen's back. Ellen is back on Netflix. I guess she was originally a comedian. I didn't know that. I just knew that she had the Ellen show. But she is stepping back into her comedian shoes with a Netflix special.
So do y'all think that the people are going to accept this, or no, you good? Because me personally, I feel like if you've had time to like do some self-reflection, do some, therapy maybe, I don't know, whatever to help yourself grow, there's a possibility to, show the people that you are new, because we all have time to change, okay? It's never too late.
I don't know too much about, what Ellen was doing or anything. But I do think like it's some people that should be canceled for good, and then there's some people that is like, okay, let's give them another try, give them another shot. Right. Maybe they maybe they've bettered themselves.
As many chances that y'all have given these relationships, y'all can give her another chance.
Yeah, I feel like maybe she does need to like stay more in that comedian space, because you can make jokes about whoever you want to make jokes about. You might still get canceled again, but I guess just keep it on there. But Tatiana, where can the people find you at?
Yes, so you could follow Aziza Peace on Instagram at @IM_Aziza. So that's AZIZA. Peace is spelled PECE. You can also follow the Step Team page at _Stage Breakers. Instead of an S at the end, there's a Z. So follow us and check us out, y'all.
And that is our show today, y'all. Stay locked in on WOLB Radio 1 and make sure you stay tuned. Keep locked in with Pretty Girl Influence on all platforms.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, thank you for coming on the show.